The next step is dodging and burning. And basically what that is it's like doing a levels or a curves adjustment, except you got a handy little brush here. Here's the dodge, here's the burn, and you can selectively choose where you're applying this adjustment, and you can set the range to shadows, midtones, or highlights. And the highlights affect the bright parts, the midtones affect the middle tones, and of course the shadows affect the dark tones. And same for the burn tool, blah 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 blah. I think you got it. So with the dodge tool here, I'm just going to zoom in on his eyes, and I just want to make them a little bit brighter because I'm allowed to. This isn't photojournalism, or it isn't anything like that. It's just commercial photography, so I can really up his eyes here. I'm also going to duplicate the background layer just so I can see what I've done, and if I go too far and mess up, I can always go back. Alright, now see, I overdid this eye a little bit too much. So now, of course, since I duplicated the layer, I can get the eraser brush and just go over to the part that I just worked too heavy on. Alrighty. His forehead is looking a little bit too bright, so I'm going to burn it. And basically this will make the tones darker. But when I do burn it, you'll notice a problem. His skin turns kind of red, and even though he's supposed to be beat up in the picture, this looks a little bit too cheesy for me. I'm going to show you a little trick. For this top layer that we're dodging and burning on, if you set the blending mode to luminosity, or however you say it, this way, the only thing that'll be affected when you dodge and burn or make any changes to this top layer are going to be the lightness and darkness of the picture, never the color. So now I can dodge and burn a lot, and you can see here that I don't get that weird color anymore. I just get this straight effect of the tone darkening. So of course I'm going to set the exposure down, and to a manageable amount. Just go over this light part, and you see that looks much better. And if I set that to normal here, you see I got that weird pink coloring in it. Now it's not so bad for this picture, but if you got like a picture, of a nice looking girl or something, and she's got all these kind of welt marks on her face, and I don't think she'll be really that pleased. Alright, now I can also use this little technique here, and I'm just gonna burn kind of a little bit of a vignette in the background, just to draw the eyes in a little more to the picture. That's looking pretty good. Alrighty, I'm gonna flatten that and move on to the next step. Alright, the next thing I'm going to show you how to dodge and burn is this photo here. I chose it because in the final version you see this kind of imaginary light behind them that never existed, and I did it just to kind of separate them a little bit more from the background. I felt the picture needed it, and I didn't think of it during the actual shoot. And also because these lights around here, the photo, you can really kind of dodge and make it look like they're glowing. So what I'm going to do is duplicate the background layer just like I always do in case I mess up too much. And first thing I'm going to work on is this backlight here, as I was saying. So I'm going to dodge on highlights. Really, really low exposure so nobody can see the seams. And I'm just going to be completely reckless and kind of go over every single thing, even their faces, which are going to get blown out. Okay, let's see what that did there. Alright, needs a little bit more over here. And Jason's head. Okay, cool. Now I can also burn the shadows a little bit so it doesn't look totally out of place and it's a little bit contrasted. Okay. Now you see that also made the colors go a little bit funny, a little bit too blue, so I can set the blending mode to luminosity, as I explained before, so it doesn't affect the color so much. Okay, so now all I have to do on that top layer is all the faces that I just blown out. I can get the eraser brush, and just go over them again. Bring back the behind layer. There's lots of ways to do this too. I could have, did it with a layer mask and just painted away from them with a white brush or something. But this way will suffice as well. All right, let's see that. A little bit on his shirts as well. Alright, now let's turn that on and off just to see. Aha. So you see that makes their head stand out a lot more. Looks a lot more dramatic as well, I think. Okay, I'm going to work on this light here a little bit with the dodge tool. Just going to dodge the highlights of it. Make it look like it's brighter and kind of got a glow around it almost. That's pretty cool. Do this one up here as well. Almost appears as if they're a lot brighter than they actually are, and they're turned on. And also one thing that's kind of always makes pants look good, at least, is just to dodge them as well, like that, and then you get the burn tool, and you also burn the edges kind of, so you give the pants kind of more of a 3D effect, and people like that because it makes them look pretty fit, for the skinny-legged jean look. Alright, let's see that. Yeah, looks pretty cool. I also notice I just went a little bit too crazy in these lights up here, and good thing I duplicated the layer so I can just kind of go back over it with the eraser tool. Just get rid of some of the craziness. See that? Yeah, that's good. And another thing I can do with the dodge tool, make their hair all pretty, because I can go over it on the highlights, give the old L'Oreal commercial appearance. And with the burn tool, neat little effect, I can just kind of enhance these shadows here a little bit. And just to separate the paper a little bit, I can also dodge around it. Also, I see on this paper kind of the midtones are too dark, so I'll also dodge the midtones. Alright, cool. It's looking pretty good. Flatten that and I'm good.